Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great day yesterday and enjoy your day today. For our Delta Math today, we're going to do laws of exponents again, but we're stepping it up a notch. And again, we have already done this, but I do know that you all need practice. So I think I've put 2 or 3 in there. Do the best you can. I'm going to demonstrate here, okay? Then I've got a few other things that are review. Don't forget, if we go back to school tomorrow, you will have your test tomorrow. If we do not go back to school tomorrow and we go back Monday, you're going to have your test Monday. So regardless, you're going to have your test when you get back. So you may want to go over warm-ups, go over the videos that go with the warm-ups, maybe go back into some of your Delta Maths and work some new problems out, or you can actually go in there and click on the problems you've already done and take a look at them. So definitely want to make sure you study for this test. This is your first test, okay? So anyway, let's get going on this. As we talked about yesterday in my video, we always want to do that power to a power first. Okay, so we always want to do this power to a power first, and I realize it's negative, and honestly, you could bring this entire thing down to the denominator, and it would make this a positive 5, because you all remember the rule, flip to red. Make sure if you're making a decision to bring this entire thing down and make that a positive 5, make sure you don't change these signs, because it would only be this sign that changed when you brought it down. But I'm going to do it my way, and I'm just going to distribute the negative 5. It's a power to a power, so we're multiplying. Do not forget that we've got to distribute that negative 5 as a power on that 2 as well. Okay? So here we go. This is going to be 2 raised to the negative 5 power. V, and I'm multiplying here, negative times negative is positive, and 5 times 4 is 20. T, negative 1 times negative 5 is a positive 5. Okay. I'm not gonna mess with anything else right now. Okay. Now, next steps. This has a negative power on it, so it needs to come down. So this whole thing needs to come down, flip to red, so that power is positive. This needs to come up. So what I'm doing right now is I'm getting rid of the negative powers. I'm going to leave everything else where it is. Okay, so I'm going to leave the 4 where it is. I'm going to leave the t where it is. I'm going to leave the v to the 20 where it is. I'm going to leave the t to the 5th where it is. I'm going to bring my v up, and it is now to the first power, not the negative 1 power. And I'm going to bring this down. You could put it out in front, or you could put it over here to the 5th power now, because when I flip, there's no longer a negative power. So got rid of my negatives. Okay, here we've got several things we've got to do. When your like variables are together on top, you're adding. Okay, it's when they're on top and bottom here that you're subtracting. So I'm going to do the adding here for the v, and I get the 21st power because I'm adding. And I'm going to go ahead and do the t as well. We've got a power of 5 on top and a power of 1 on the bottom. And remember, we're subtracting powers. 5 minus 1 is 4. And bigger power, it's going to stay on top. So that's t to the 4th. Okay, so I've fixed my v's. I've fixed my t's. Okay, now this is 4. And if you need to go to a calculator, go to a calculator. 2 to the 5th power. It's not 2 times 5. It's 2 to the 5th power. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. Okay? And then we're going to multiply the 32 times the 4 that was already out there. So that's going to be 8. It's going to be 128. And it was on the bottom all along, so it stays on the bottom. And then we've got v to the 21st, t to the 4th. And this is completely simplified now. Okay? All right, let's do one more. All right, power to a power, I want to fix that. So I'm going to leave everything the same. Notice this 5 is outside the parentheses, so it is not a part of this power to a power. So now remember, power to a power, we're multiplying. Okay, so now we have k, and I don't need parentheses after I do this. Negative times negative, 5 times 3, so this is going to be a positive 15. And then for the b, we've got a negative 3 times a positive 2, that's a negative 6. Okay, so I did power to a power. Always do that first. Now I'm going to fix my negative powers. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. 10 divided by 5 is 2 on top. Let's just fix that right now. Okay, so now k to the 15 is a positive power, so I'm going to leave it. K to the negative 10 needs to be flipped to the bottom, so now there's a power of a positive 10 on it. B to the negative 9 needs to be moved to the bottom. It's now a power of positive 9. B to the negative 6 in the denominator needs to be moved to the numerator, and now it's B to the positive 6. Okay, so that was flipping to rid, and now it's time to clean this up. Okay, my 2 stays where it's at. My K's are both on the bottom, so they stay on the bottom, and we're adding powers. When I add, I get a power of 25. Okay. B's, I have one on top and one on bottom. Remember, this is now subtraction. We are subtracting powers. It's bigger on the bottom, so B is going to wind up on the bottom. 9 minus 6 is 3. So here's your answer. Okay, I think it gave you 2 or 3 of those. I do realize they're challenging, but you need to practice those. Okay, and then just this is something else that I popped on there along with some of your other review problems. Find the average rate of change. Remember, that's the same thing as slope. And I gave you 2 of these with the table. So y'all, the table is a set of ordered pairs. These are your x values. And remember, with average rate of change, they have to give you the specific interval to find your rate of change. So this is when x is 16. So I use this ordered pair. This is when x is 40. I'm going to use this ordered pair, and I'm just going to do. So remember the BBBS and do, down, up, down, up. 10 minus 16 is negative 6. 16 minus 40 is negative 24, I believe. Keep in mind, Delta Math will count these wrong if they are not simplified completely. You can go into Desmos and actually type this in on the line in Desmos, and it will clean it up for you as well, I'm pretty certain. So negative divided by negative is positive, and when I reduce this, both of these are divisible by 6, so that is going to be 1/4. Okie dokie. So anyway, your Delta Math assignment is already posted. You all have a great day.